In what seemed like a hallway, some kind of creature was seen, a rock, and a man crouching down beside the rock. The creatures that were there were called popoi. The man started thinking that since the ponies were munching on rocks, maybe he has to do that also. But due to his hunger level, he had no choice but to munch on it also. The man was in a tower, and he has a resolution in his mind that he has to climb the tower to the peak, no matter what it takes for him to survive and destroy the tower. Well, the man's name is Jeju. Jeju has been seeking a job, but all his efforts have been in vain. His mother cheered him up and encouraged him that since he has never gotten his hands dirty, he will excel in whatever he does. Somehow, his mother's expression changed, and he asked her if there was any problem with her. His mother explained to him the situation on the ground. Their director of their orphanage was not feeling well, and because their orphanage is a private organization that runs on their pocket money, if the director retires, the orphanage will last 3 years at maximum. When Jeju heard the explanation, he felt depressed. He went to his room, lay down on the bed helplessly, and began to think about his life. Kim Jeju. It was the director who gave him the name so he could live his life skillfully. He began to think that even though he worked hard in life, it wouldn't make a dent in keeping the orphanage up, and the orphanage has 3 years left. He thought, is there a way to become rich in a short amount of time? With that thought, he opened his phone and tried to watch videos on ways to become rich. Then he noticed that there had been a common word that used to show up no matter what was searched. The word was awakened. Then he played a video on the awakened. In this video, there is a man who is asking 2 men who made it out of the tower alive after a bunch of twists and turns what the biggest change that happened in their lives was. Then one of the men replied that the biggest change that happened in his life was the fact that he had money. The guy said a strange word, popoi, which sent Jeju into deep thought. 7 years ago, a tower appeared without warning. The tower selected people at random, brought them into the tower, and only a few people returned. No one knows what goes on inside the tower because the ones who return don't say a single word about the tower. So people who returned were called the awakened. The awakened, whose bodies contain mana, greatly contributed to modern civilization. Magic engineering is a skill that shouldn't exist in today's world, but the power of the awakened was needed to use the magic engineering. Therefore, the awakened were highly sought after by many companies. Of course, they earn lots of money. They are walking power generators. Jeju was jealous of the awakened. While he was still watching the video about the awakened, several notifications were popping on his mobile. He thought he had been hacked, so he decided to delete it, but he mistakenly clicked and played the video. When he decided to watch the video, he noticed that he was the one in it. He started thinking, what are these videos all about? Again, he heard a strange but familiar name, popoi, and then he was surprised when he saw the creature named popoi. Then Jeju realized what was happening. He immediately realized that the video he was watching was the video of his future self raiding the tower. The awakened never talked about the tower, so there is no information or strategy for the tower, but all of those are now in his hands. Immediately, he knew that the portal would open up 2 years later. He went to apply for workouts at a gym center so that he could start in a better condition than he did in the video. He knew that clearing the tower would be a piece of cake for him if he studied the videos. He had a strong resolution that he would raid the tower in mind. Finally, the day he has been waiting for, the day when the portal will open, is here. He waited for the portal to appear until he started doubting the videos that he watched. He started wondering if the videos were just a misunderstanding. He sulked that if the videos were a misunderstanding, then their orphanage would be lost. He got so nervous that he gave himself the option of stretching his muscles. Then suddenly, the portal appeared and was pulling him in. Jeju was overjoyed because he would finally go into the tower. Then a system appeared before him that allowed him to choose the level of difficulty he preferred, which he chose, and he swooped into the portal. After he was swooped in, he fell hard to the ground in a dark place. When he opened his eyes, he was confused about where he was, but he later realized that it was the cave from the video. Then he was worried that he was not with his phone, but he later brushed off the thought since he has watched the videos over the years. Then he remembered that on the first floor, the participants are given an hour before the trial begins. During that 1 hour, the participant must communicate with viewers and receive coins from them. The viewers are other awakened people remaining in the tower. From a list of streams, they join in on the streams of lower-ranking streamers to sponsor them. The reason for this is coins. Whenever the streamer sponsored by a viewer climbs a floor, the sponsor receives coins. Or the viewers may be merely bored. Then suddenly a young guy appeared. His username was the Love Nim. He welcomed Jeju as Hyung Nim, which confused Jeju more about what was happening. He appreciated Jeju for sponsoring him with 1 coin. He thought of where to spend the coin, but he decided to wait because he did not know the type of enemy he would be facing in the trial. With that, Jeju was being followed by Love Nim, and Jeju felt that he had a great start in the tower. And he thought that if he kept that up, he might get a follower reward soon. Being followed by a viewer is similar to being added to your favorites list. According to the rules of the tower system, once you follow a person, you cannot follow another person unless you unfollow the person you are already following. In addition, for every 100,000 followers, you receive a special reward that is very helpful towards your tower climb. A system appeared before him showing him his status, which stated that he has 15 current viewers, 7 followers, and he owns 37 coins. Jeju thought his current status was enough, and he got a lot of attention just because he chose the hard level of difficulty. Then his viewers started communicating with him through the tower system. When he tried to ask his followers some questions, they replied that they could tell him because the admin of the tower would kick them out. The admin oversees and controls the tower. It was because of the admin that information about the tower was not leaked to the outside. The reason the Awakened did not speak about the tower was not to monopolize it, but because the admin forced their mouths shut. Well, before he watched the videos, he also thought the Awakened were hiding it on purpose. The system told him that it was almost time to start his first trial. In the trial, he was told to eliminate all the enemies that appeared. He started thinking about what would appear before him. Then, all of a sudden, 3 ponies appeared. Popoi are creatures that look adorable, but their teeth are hard enough to chew through the strongest metals. When attacking, their teeth resemble a saw, and they are very sensitive to their own species' blood scent. They are adept at finding and attacking the culprit that killed their kind. Well, every viewer has come across a POPI at least once, and they probably struggled a lot. Jeju went through his memories carefully to search for Popoi's behavior, sociability, and ecological environment. He learned that they're not a mob that attacks first. Then something strange was happening. The ponies were not reacting to him. He thought that they did not see him, but they were definitely aware of him. He thought that the only way he could escape was to imitate their behavior so that they would consider him an ally. On another floor, a viewer was watching the fight that was going on between the Seoul University student and a mace, and he was quite impressed by the duel. The viewer wanted to unfollow Jeju, but he was unable to do it because Jeju was still alive. He was surprised by how he was still alive. Then he noticed that there were more viewers than before. Soon after, Jeju started imitating the ponies. Jeju saw the rocks, which he watched in the video. It was a shining rock, which was a mana stone. Popoi usually appease their hunger with rocks, and of those rocks, their favorite mineral is the mana stone. It is a stone used to make magic items, and also as an energy source for various magic engineering projects. Popoi hold their own ritual whenever they find a rare food. They will definitely always hold a ritual when it comes to mana stones. However, for these alert creatures, when they have a stranger nearby, they go around the food searching instead of carrying out the ritual. Therefore, most people are ignorant. He was being acknowledged by the Popoi after lots of effort. They invited him to their meal, which he can't reject. Soon after, the ponies started munching on the rock, and he joined them. When he took the first bite, he complimented the mana stone. It was not hard, it was melting in his mouth like chocolate. It felt like he had energy flowing through his body, just like when he ate healthy foods. The viewers were surprised to see Jeju munching on the mana stone, and they all thought that he had gone crazy. With what he did, he cleared the trial easily, and the pathway to the second floor was opening. Jeju was surprised that he could beat the trial with that kind of method. Jeju went to the chat box, but the chat was so fast that he could not keep up. His viewers have increased to 127. Jeju told his viewers about his experience with the poas. He told them that the shining rocks were mana stones. He told them that the poiki usually satisfy their hunger by eating stones, and among those stones, their favorite mineral is the mana stone. He told them more about the poa and left it to them to believe him or not. When he was about to step into the portal that would take him to the second floor, he was given rewards, but he was surprised at the same time. He tapped the box and opened it. After opening it, his rewards were a rock, a bag of coins, and a nickname tag. When he brought out the rock, the people wanted to seize it from him. The stones looked like mana stones, but the color was different. If it's a normal mana stone, it is bright and blue, but the stone he was rewarded with was white. He kept the stone and the nickname tag since it was to be used on the 5th floor. He took the coins and made his way to the portal, which leads to the 2nd floor, but the ponies were moving in a different direction, so he decided to follow them to find out what they had discovered in the other direction. Jeju and the ponies entered a small tunnel, but the tunnel was too small for Jeju, but he decided not to turn back. Suddenly, he got the same feeling that he got when he ate the mana stones. The feeling was actually the power of the night. The 5th floor is also called the Room of Changing Jobs. There, users will decide their path. A knight specializes in close combat and has a strong physique. A mage specializes in a wide range of magic and utilities. One can also be a magic engineer who is useful everywhere. One person can only choose one job out of the 3. In addition, there are also non-combat specialized jobs, but they are not very popular because they are not useful during trials. The strength that was activating right now in Jeju's body is similar to the power of a knight that strengthens their bodies through their auras that are within their bodies. Finally, the ponies got to their destination when, as Jeju moved closer to them, he found a necklace. The necklace was a rare talisman that is said to bring good luck just by wearing it around your neck, but after saving the user from death, the necklace will be destroyed. In the video he watched, his future self used the talisman's necklace on the 15th floor, and he survived. It's an item that he should be able to obtain after reaching the minimum floor, which is the 10th floor. He was able to get it on the 1st floor thanks to the ponies. After obtaining the necklace, he kept it and went to the portal with the ponies. He was surprised that Popois wanted to follow him, but he later decided to let them go with him, and he stepped into the portal. When he stepped out of the tower, he saw another tower, so he decided to take a look around first. The tower system reminded him of the blood spilled by those who are called heroes, but Jeju found it a little creepy. The system continued. There is both nobility and dishonor in regards to effort. It's true that the same kind of effort does not necessarily amount to the same type of result. Since in this established world, he was born with a dirt spoon, but all effort is still effort. He was the one who gave it a shot. Then the system informed him that the trial would begin in 10 minutes, and that he was to survive for 30 minutes against the monsters that would appear. He checked out the window shop first and knew that the monsters would be either red bears or sea serpents. A red bear's entire body radiates fire. It can spit fire from its mouth and is gigantic in size. Jeju resolved that he could just cover himself with armor and endure it for 30 minutes. But a sea serpent may be strong, but it cannot do much outside of water. He also resolved that he just had to avoid the tail that would try to strangle him. If it's a sea serpent, he thought of buying weapons to defeat it. Finally, the trial will begin. When the portal appeared, it was small, so he thought it was a sea serpent at first, but later the portal was getting bigger, so he thought maybe it was a red bear. But the portal increased in size, and a monster stepped out of it. The monster was a turtle dragon. Immediately, he bought a weapon with his coins. He got a one-handed axe. The Rita's one-handed axe was a rare masterpiece created by the master craftsman of the Red Iron Battle. The handle and blade were both created from a single piece for greater stability, and the blade has been combined with mithril, so the permanent qualities of the blade are heightened. When he took an active part in attacking on the live stream, he received a hidden reward. Without wasting time, the battle started. Jeju tried to kill the monster, but it was too strong. The reason it's so hard to kill a turtle dragon is because of his healing pattern. Since it can heal all its wounds inside its sturdy shell, there have been many times where you just have to suck your thumb and wait it out. When the turtle dragon was still healing, Jeju got on top of it. A lot of people who first encounter the turtle dragon might think that they are safe once they get on its back, but the spikes protruding from its shell can glow red and explode, and then it will disappear. He thought he had found the turtle dragon's weak spot, but before he could move any further, he got a message from the system that the spikes may explode and warned him to get off the turtle dragon's back. He refused to listen, and he began to injure the dragon until it came out of its shell. Thanks so much for watching till the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you never miss a video. Until next time, see you later.